Before I had even started home educating my son, I was told to put him in school. This is the story of that experience and how it changed the way I home educated that first year. Hi, I'm Abigail. I'm a mum of 3 young boys, 2 of whom are of home education age. And I share this story with you to help you if you are in or about to enter your first year of home education with a young child. So, if you are a new home educator or you have been in the past, then you know that when you are very new to home education, it is quite a scary thing, especially if you're in the UK and there's not a lot of people around you doing it. It is still pretty unusual to home educate in the UK, and there is lots of people doing it, but you have to kind of seek them out. And it isn't a normal thing yet, right? You get asked, when is your child starting school? Not if they're starting school, because it is not the norm yet, which is fine. But this ignorance and the lack of awareness of it leads to people being extremely negative about it when they just simply don't understand it. And that is where this conversation that I had comes in. Now, none of these people that I conversed with meant anything bad by it. It was more my own feelings that were the resulted in me feeling the way I did the first year of home education. So I'm not saying anything negative about these people, just that these conversations did impact me. And so this couple, an older couple, as soon as they found out that I was planning on home educating, spent every conversation I had with them trying to encourage me to put my son into school. They said things like, why don't you just try him for a year? Or have you really thought about this? As if I had not researched this for years, you know. People think that you're just making these decisions lightly, when really it's something that I've looked into deeply for years. And actually, there's not a single home educator out there that I know that does not take their job extremely seriously. Like, everyone that I know has researched about it and thought about it for probably years, most of them, before they start home educating. And so the way people talk sometimes as if you've not even thought about it is just kind of crazy to me, but that is a tangent. Anyway, this older couple spent a lot of time trying to convince me to put my son in school. And basically what I said was, I was kind of getting tired of it at this point, and I said, this is what we think is best for him. That's what I said. I simply said something along those lines of, this is what we think is best for my son. And the response to that was, and I remember it very clearly because I was really surprised by it, was, how do you know what's best for him? Now that to me just indicates how far away we have come as a society maybe of trusting parents to know what is best for their own children. Who knows what's better for their children than literally the parents of the children, right? And how can a school system possibly know better than parents what is best for their children? Now, I know this older couple meant well, so I have nothing against them, but that did impact the way I felt during my first year of home education. And I'm going to link here a video that talks about the biggest mistake you can make in your first year of home education, and it relates to this feeling of judgment, whether real or perceived. So I'll link that here and you can go and check that out. And I have had a number of experiences and conversations with people who are extremely negative about home education. And it is always because they are ignorant and they don't understand it. They've never heard of it before, so their immediate reaction is negative. And I've had a lot of negative responses, but I've also had a lot of positive, wonderful conversations. And at this point, the positive conversations outweigh the negative conversations. So for that, I'm very grateful. But if you are a new home educator or you're thinking about it, then this might be something that affects you immediately, because you might have family or friends that are immediately very negative about home education, and it's very tiring and wearing to keep explaining yourself over and over again to people. So I'll give you just a few things that you can do that will help you in this first year of home education. Number 1, the most important one, get community. Start building up a community. And I don't mean a community, I mean a community, a small group of people. Start with one family and get to know them. One home educating family. Get to know them and build up slowly from there. You don't need to have a huge community, just a few families will do, but in this first year of home education, this is the most invaluable resource that you have, is other home educators, especially ones that are a little bit ahead of you, so that you can see their experience and some of the positive things that they've felt in their own lives. So as much as possible, get community. It is just the one thing that will make you feel more confident and will help you kind of block out any of the negativity. Next up, you need to have a plan in place. Have systems and a plan for how you're going to home educate. The quickest way to go from feeling overwhelmed and afraid to calm and confident is having a plan. And I know it sounds simple and basic, and you might think I've got a plan, but you need to have like a plan, like a concrete, written down, set in stone kind of plan. And by that I mean a rhythm, not a like we do this at this time every single day and all that kind of stuff. I mean like a rhythm to your days. You know what you're going to do, and you know how you're going to achieve the things that you want to achieve with your children. Because everyone has goals for their children when they're home educating them, and everyone's goals are slightly different. But without a plan, without systems, you're not going to achieve any of those. So I would really strongly recommend you have systems in place. And if you don't know how to do that, if you don't know how to get started, then I have a free masterclass called First Steps into Home Education that will help you take you on through the very first step of getting into home education. And it will really help you solidify in your mind how to start making a plan and getting systems in place so that you can successfully home educate and feel calm and confident that first year. Another thing you can do in order to protect your peace the first year of home education is temporarily pause relationships that are extremely, extremely negative to you and your home education decision. Now, I don't say that lightly because I think relationships are nurturing, and if you have really good relationships with people but they're being extremely negative towards home education, that is something you can push through to an extent, but you might want to temporarily pause relationships that are really causing your mental brain, your mind to just be stressed a lot. Like, you can just pause relationships and step a little bit back from them, and then when you feel a bit more confident, you can kind of come back towards them. And I don't say that lightly because relationships are so important, and being around people that disagree with you is also an important thing. I just think to protect your peace that first year, you're allowed to take a step back from relationships, whether that is in-person relationships and also online relationships. Go through your Instagram, go through your different social media feeds and mute people, block people. Just take people off your feed that are not being helpful and adding to your sanity, making you feel positive towards home education. Do that. Block out all the noise as much as possible. Fill your mind with positivity and remind yourself why you're home educating, because you've made this decision for a reason, right? I'll see you in my next one. Bye.